Johnny Rock Show, Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.
You're as cold as ice.
You want to know what love is? Love is putting Foreigner in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
I've loved Foreigner since I got their debut record.
Foreigner should absolutely be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Can't believe they're not in already. Oh my God.
There's one drum riff that I have used in more than a few songs.
Hey, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, open the door. Foreigner's waiting outside. Let him in.
And let him in they did. They're going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Rockin' 101. 9:32, the Johnny Rock Show, calling from where else? Rochester, New York. Home base, Lou Grahmm. Welcome to the Johnny Rock Show. Can you hear me okay, Louie?
Yes, I can, Johnny. How are you?
Well, I'm good. You're one of those guys that I have been a fan of and been listening to my entire life, it seems like. And I don't know if we may have spoken when your the first solo album came out. You were doing some press.
That's quite possible. We did pretty extensive touring then.
Yeah. So, it's a pleasure. Lou Grahmm, One Last Look Tour live in Minnesota, January 10th. Tickets at LouGrammOfficial.com. How's it feel to be out there on the road?
Oh, it feels like that's the way I live my life, you know?
Indeed. And you're doing...
I'm on the road so much.
Yeah, you're doing the One Last Look Tour. You're also doing select dates for, Party Gras with Bret Michaels.
Yes, I am.
Fantastic. And that's a fun gig, because you come out, do a couple of songs, and then Bret does a couple, and then our buddy Dee Snider. How's it?
And I do 3 songs, and then he comes out and finishes up the night.
Very nice. Our guest, Lou Grahmm.
There's other guests, too. There's Dee Snider.
Yes.
Don Felder.
Don Felder.
Chris Jansen.
Very cool. Yeah, I was gonna say our old partner in crime, Dee Snider. I used to work with Dee years ago. He's a piece of work, isn't he?
He is, but he's a great guy, and I don't know what his life was like before, but he's as clean as a whistle, and he's a great performer.
Our guest, Lou Grahmm, the One Last Look Tour live in Minnesota, January 10th. Tickets, everything you need, LouGrammOfficial.com. Did you know, fun fact, Lou Grahmm, on this day, today, in 1979, Foreigner released the iconic Head Games album. How's that for timing?
Wow. How's that for a piece of trivia?
There you go. Here's some more trivia. The first time I saw Foreigner was at an arena in St. Paul, Minnesota. I think 1978. I was, 2 years old. But you were on the Double Vision tour and opening the show for Foreigner that evening.
Let me tell you who it was. It was. Do you remember? I can't remember.
Well, it was the Ramones, and I watched the Ramones get booed off stage. I had never heard of them, but I was a lifelong fan after that night. Do you remember having the Ramones opening for Foreigner?
Yes, I do. Now that you mentioned the name, I remember that night, and I didn't think they got booed off. I thought they got a rousing applause for the music that they played. They were huge in the East. They came from New York City,
right?
And they were legendary, and they were just trying to spread their music and their name west, to get the rest of the country to know them. And it was a tough struggle for them, but I remember them getting great response that night.
Well, not so much in the Midwest. A year later they came back and headlined, but opening for you guys, they were holding up the Gabba Gabba Hey sign, and I remember people booing them and throwing stuff at them, but I loved it. Hey, it takes a while sometimes.
performers.
Oh, great performers. And hey, you too, Lou Grahmm, One Last Look Tour, live January 10th in Minnesota, LouGrammOfficial.com. Well, this is a pleasure. I think it says a lot about your character that you're still living in Rochester, New York, said the guy that used to live in Buffalo, New York, huh?
Yes, that's absolutely right.
Well, there you go. Lou
When
Grahmm.
Foreigner first started, I moved to Westchester, about 35 miles above New York City, because we were doing so much recording and so much business that it was senseless for me to fly from Rochester to New York City every 2 or 3 days. So I moved to a town called Katona, about 35 miles north of New York City, and if they needed me for anything, I would just drive in. And the rest of the guys lived in New York City.
And I used to live in White Plains, right by there. See, we have so much in common, Lou Grahmm. Who knew?
Right. White Plains is a great place.
It's sure.
I used to go to an Indian restaurant there all the time.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that was you?
Bengal Tiger.
Oh, I remember you now. I waited on you. No, hey, listen. Lou, oh, my God. Lou Grahmm, come back to the Johnny Rock Show soon, okay, sir? It's been a pleasure.
I would like that. You're a character.
No, you are.
Thanks for having me on, Johnny.
The Johnny Rock Show, Rockin' 101, the Rock Station.